Oh. Oh.
You're meant to call me out here when you're actually ready. Not sitting here for 15 minutes.
This is my throat. My throat's closed up for some reason.
Mm.
I haven't done my vocal exercises. Oh. That's what people do, isn't it?
Mm.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh.
Why don't you record this?
This is recording.
Isn't it what you doing your vocal exercises?
I'm just about to start spitting knowledge and my throat seized up.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, 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 oh. You going to do yours?
No, I'm ready to go, Ben. I have been for the last 23 minutes.
Oh. Very precise. She's got the seconds. 23 minutes and how many seconds?
50.
Let's clap. Come on.
1, 2,
Focus.
3.
No.
1. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're getting so good at this.
Did you even clap?
Yes, I did. Ben, it's fine because I go down, don't I? Shut up.
Push for health. Pushing your health from the pools of life. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm just here. Hi, I'm Fiona, and I like fitness.
Can they see that?
I don't know.
I haven't wiggled in front of the camera for a while.
Put your back out doing that.
What do we do at Push Your Health? What do we do?
We push your health from the pulse of life.
Get them in. Get them in quick.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
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 Well, okay, now what?
Now what? Now what do we do?
Anything else? What's the call to action? What do we want people to do?
Sign up.
The app.
Yes.
There is an app.
If you sign up to Push Pull Health, you'll get your life pushed from. You'll get your health pushed from the pulse of life.
How boring is that? You've already said it. You've already said the tagline.
And with that included, you will get personal training.
I'm going to have to turn you down.
You'll get personal training sessions. You'll get access to an app where Ben will be coaching you via an app, and it's a great way to track your food, and it's got loads of little hints and tips about what to do. Very, very good app, I have to say. I really enjoy using it, and that's what you do at Push Pull Health, Ben.
You're going to do, Gary V? You know Gary V?
No.
Come on, Gary V.
No.
The old, jab, 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 right hook. So you got to jab people. You got to give them value. You got to provide value, and then you hook them. This is what I'm selling. The app. I'm selling this.
I still don't know who Gary V is.
Do you get the meaning though?
Yes, I get it.
You jab.
Yeah. Yeah.
You butter them up.
You.
Oh, there's an opening. Ooh, right
dip
hook.
their toes. And grab them.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. That's it. And hold on to them for dear life.
Well, dipping the toes is the right hook, I suppose, because they're meant to dip the toes and start doing. Yeah, the app. This is based online.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't want to do online and you live in the Kent area, you live in the Herne Bay area in Kent.
Pop on by.
Studio. Private studio. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Great. Wonderful. I need to get my ass in here today, actually, to do some exercises.
Okay,
it's
let's
raining.
crack. Oh.
Oh.
No one cares. Let's crack on. Let's
Okay,
crack on because I have clients.
I've been
got
ready
Push Your Health clients.
past 27 minutes.
When do we get back to the woes? I do miss that section.
No, I've had enough of you for the past 28 minutes.
No, we will. We'll start getting that back in because the last couple of episodes have been woeless.
Yes.
No woes.
Yes, which
Very
has been
serious
fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic.
So they've been sleep. They've been
It's been about 2 hours, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Without your woes.
right.
So
maybe the woes actually shorten the episode.
no, they don't.
We need to bring them back. This is just not a filler episode because they're all really important episodes. Okay, just a few things. We're just going to rattle off a few things. Hopefully, bring some value. Jab. It's like, what's his face? Brent. Doesn't he do that?
Who's Brent?
David Brent.
Oh, yeah. He does, actually.
What episode's that when he does that?
Oh, God knows. God knows. What we talked about? The Office.
No, it's when he's preparing
Office.
for the motivational interview.
Oh, yeah.
No, interview. The motivational speech.
Yeah.
I'm yeah. Anyway.
Anyhow.
He's tucked in. I'm tucked in as well.
Anyhow, moving on from David Brent.
If we can just take a couple of photos, David. Yeah, sure. Where do you want me? He's doing that.
Oh, maybe you should release some of your photos, Ben, actually. Considering all those little poses you're doing, I can see a few little pictures coming to my mind.
Not famous enough yet. Not famous enough. This is episode
11.
10 or 11. What's the point of the photos? Like, apart from they're funny, maybe they have to mean something, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Unless you've got loads of people that just go, "Oh, Ben, he's funny, he's wacky. Look at those photos of him, he's silly. Oh, I see what he's doing. He's taking the mick out of those people that do those photo shoots." So you got lots of people who go, "Oh yeah, those photo shoots are really stupid, aren't they? Like, they're a bit OTT." And then the people who like the photo shoots are like, "You're disgusting." Mocking that. I worked my arse off for 12 weeks. I starved myself to death to get that fake tan on and take that shot.
Did you not?
No.
Oh.
No, I didn't think so. No, I got it the wrong way around. I bulked.
Yeah.
Went to cut.
Yeah, I could tell those pants were a bit tight.
Post-Christmas bulk.
Few little love handles there. So what's the aim of this episode, Ben?
Well, let me just read off my notes. Stuck with trying to provide value.
So you said?
So this links into what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be given some tips. Not tips, but things you may have heard of. People may have heard of. But they're not quite sure what they mean.
Oh, right, okay.
So gym tips. Gym.
The lingo of the gym. The gym lingo.
Lingo of the gym, yes. Gym analogies. They're not analogies, but they're terms. Gym terms. Exercise terms. Things that you may have heard of and gone, "Oh yeah, I've heard that, but don't care." And that's hard. That's the tricky part. I've got to get out of this mindset of people who don't care about this stuff. They do. You just got to find them. They do. I've said this before.
Well, I do.
They do care about this stuff.
I don't know what all this stuff means.
God, where's all this light come from all of a sudden?
It's summer. Happy summer. It'll be winter in a few minutes again. Don't worry. Won't last long. Right, go on. Tell us some gym lingo then.
Gin?
Yeah, I'll be on that later.
Gym terms. I keep forgetting. People do want to hear this. They do want to hear it.
Yeah, you just said that.
Yeah, I know, but I might cut that bit out.
Oh, right.
Because it went off into this massive tangent.
Okay.
Yes. So if I repeat myself...
Okay, start again then.
If I repeat myself, it's because I probably thought, let's cut that bit out and let's start again.
Oh,
let's get to it quicker.
Quicker.
Method what?
Let's get to the end of this episode quicker.
Oh, what do you mean by tempo? Eccentric, what's that mean? Concentric, what the hell are you talking about? Some people might care. And it's quite beneficial for most people who start doing some form of resistance training in any type of gym to have a better sense of what this stuff means.
What the hell are you on about volume?
We're going to get into it.
There you go.
We're going to get into it, yes. But once
people do care.
Once you get into a routine, it's worth knowing some of this stuff. Not all of it, because you don't have to utilize all these wacky-dacky ways of training, but some of them are quite useful. But I automatically think like a lot of stuff because I've seen it to death. I've seen people talk about all this stuff. It's like, yeah, okay, I've seen it. Do people really want me to talk about eccentric and concentric and cluster sets and supersets and myo reps?
But a lot of those terms that you just mentioned, I didn't have a clue what you were
We're going to get into
about.
them. We're going to get into them, but
Okay.
it all links in. I've said about the qualifications. Oh, look at this. Oh, I've done this course. I'm a qualified nutritionist. Blah, blah, blah. No one cares, do they? No one cares.
But they do care, Ben.
But
People do care.
But they care about what that qualification can do to help them. So the fact that I might know how to program and do all this stuff, they don't care. Oh, I know so much about biomechanics. I know everything about biomechanics. And let me tell you about biomechanics. No, sorry, Ben, I don't want to hear about biomechanics. But if you can help me with my squat and you can help me with my deadlift, you can help me with these exercises, and you can decide and you can program exercises that work for me.
And you don't charge an arm and a leg for it.
That's what's useful. It's not the qualification, it's what you can do with the qualification, but also how you can put it out there into the ether of social media.
Yes.
You want me to sit on social media in front of a camera talking about different people's skeletons?
No.
And their limb lengths? Oh, look, short arms, long legs. Oh, God, that's bad.
I've got long legs.
It's all interesting stuff. But this stuff we're going to get into, is a lot more palatable and is useful, especially when it comes to online. Because, yes, on the app, the Push-Pull Health app, it is there. Lots of stuff on it. I guarantee it will be the best app that you've been on. Even if you used other people's apps. I guarantee. Because I'm OTT of everything.
He is extremely...
I am OTT. I am not happy with what we've done. It's not good enough. I am changing the exercise. I'm changing because it's not good enough. That means I
have to change them.
Exactly. You're back in. Cameraman, camera woman, camera thing. She's back. It's back. It's back, and it's recording me. Do them again because they're not good enough.
I'll make sure I get a little finger in as well for you.
As long as there's a video of me doing an exercise and it sort of makes sense and I'm sort of doing it okay, they don't care, do they? Not really, but I care. And it's just trying to get that balance. Trying to find enough stuff that people care about, providing value. And then you come in with the app. There's so much stuff there to unpack.
Yep, but now's not the time.
Where are we going?
So we're going to do the topic today, Ben. What is the topic?
You tell me. I don't know.
The terminology, gym terminology.
Gym terminology.
So go on, hit me.
But the skill is taking that information, very sciencey, and go, well, how can I make this? What can I do with this? How can I take this and dub it down a little bit and make it a little bit interesting, entertaining, and valuable? Provide value with it. That's the tough part. Reading all those studies isn't going to make you better on camera. It's not going to make you more entertaining, unless that's your demographic, unless you're wanting to talk to athletes and people that take that stuff seriously. If you want to get on camera and start talking about the latest research paper on hydration, some people might go, yeah, bloody hell, that's really interesting. But the vast majority, they don't give a crap. So I just need to drink more. Possibly, yeah. Let me look at this research paper. I don't know what you're talking about. That's a skill. Me as a coach, you can get stuck reading all this stuff and go, I need more knowledge. That's what all these episodes are about. Dispensing all this knowledge on people. Hopefully it will be at the same time, it will provide value. But do I really need more knowledge?
Everyone needs more knowledge.
No, but I mean, do I need, look, I want more knowledge and I want to read all this stuff because I find it interesting. But do I need more to be able to get in front of the camera with you or by myself and deliver this? Do I need more knowledge? Oh, no, now I'm ready.
No, you
now
don't.
I'm ready to put the camera on. I'm ready to do it.
You know what to say, Ben? You can have all the knowledge in the world, but practice makes perfect.
Do they say that?
Something like that.
I've never heard that.
Two things.
Practice makes perfect. Yeah, I wouldn't put those two together.
Yeah, well, I just did.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is you can have all the knowledge in the world, but you can be here doing your woes for like 3 hours every single day.
It's not woes. I'm
just saying. You're not then transporting that information or transferring that information. Well,
it's getting a nice blend of the two. That's the tricky part. That's what takes time. You got to do like in the gym.
Yes, practice makes
You've got to
perfect.
do the reps. You want big muscles like me? You've got to do the reps. You've got to start using some of these training styles potentially.
Okay.
But also, if you want to get better in front of camera, you want to be more concise with your points.
Oh.
You want to entertain a little bit, provide the value.
Now he's talking.
Get the jab.
And how are you going to do that, Ben? How are you going to become more concise? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know.
I've got to do more. I've got to do more. I've got to get in front of the camera more. I've got to condense my points down. I've got to be quicker. Doing this once a week it's not enough.
Well, get the teddy bear.
People going to the gym. Oh, I don't want to go.
Oh, I never want to go.
Someone says, right, Ben. Someone says, me. I tell myself. I wake up and go, I'm going to get in front of that camera today. I've got lots to talk about. Read another research paper. Then get in front of the camera. All right, okay.
And then you'd want to talk about that research paper and what you wanted to talk about originally. And therefore, that's where the problem is.
But that's the easy part, you see. It's easy. You feel like you're still doing something. We live in a world where there's everything. So much information at our fingertips. The amount of stuff you can learn on YouTube now, it's frightening. It's unbelievable.
Well, I can't learn about gym terminology on the internet, so can you please just tell me it?
Well, but you can go on YouTube and you can learn about all this. All these points.
I'm here now.
Very interesting. But it's an excuse, isn't it? Join the gym. Join the app.
Yes, but there's no point in me joining the app if I don't know what a superset is.
Right.
Because that's on the app.
Let me just finish this point. But it's easy to go, do you know what? What I'll do is I'll watch a video on how to do a superset, on how to do a drop set, on how to do a deadlift. Oh, great. Oh, that looks good. Right, yeah, okay, do this. Right, yeah, shoulders back. Yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, arms long. No, lovely. Yeah, yeah. Brilliant. Okay. So watch the video. You've read the book. You ready to go? Oh, I need to do just one more video, and then I'll be ready to go. It's too easy. It's too easy now just to keep delaying. You've got to take the hit.
Yep.
You've got to get in the gym.
Yep. Agreed.
There's too much stuff, too much info just to go, one more, then I'm ready. Same with people. I'll delay just one more week, and then I'll go to the gym. Then I'll get on the Push Your Health app. I'll just read a book first, then I'll do it. No, just get yourself in. No, I'm not ready yet. See what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Gym terms that you should probably know about. Some of them, maybe not as much. But if you join the app, for example, some of this might be programmed in. So it's worth knowing about it.
Definitely.
Progressive overload.
Ugh.
Do you know what that means? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
I
don't know how to say it.
Oh, progressive overload. The gradual increase of stress placed on the body during exercise.
So adding more reps.
This can be achieved by increasing weight, reps, sets, or intensity.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
To continually challenge the muscles and stimulate growth.
So you usually say to me, start off light and then work your way up. Is that what I'm doing? Progressive overload?
With weight, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Fine.
As a newbie to the gym, or people who are just starting off, they will find that they'll be able to go in, lift X amount of weight, next week lift more weight, and keep doing that for a good chunk of time. Before then they slow down and they can't lift as much weight. But then go in, do 20 kg, next week 25, and just it goes up and up and up for a certain period of time. So enjoy that. Enjoy it while it lasts. But then it will slow down and you won't be able to just pile on more weight on the bar each week or pick up the bigger dumbbells. And then it's like, okay, well now what? So I can't increase weight every week. Now what do I do?
Progressive
That's
overload.
when you then start to think about, right, okay, how do I increase my reps? Do I lower my reps? So I can still lift reasonably heavy, but maybe I just the reps decrease slightly. Do I change the tempo? Do I decrease the size of the box? So if you're squatting into a box. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, nice and easy. Box.
Ass hits the box.
So you do that for 10 reps. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, okay, I'm there. How do I get better at this? How do I increase this? How do I make this harder? Then you just lower the box. So the next week, same thing. Try and get your 10 reps, but the box has got lower.
Oh,
So you've progressed, haven't you? Without having to worry about shoveling more weight onto the bar.
So is that why you say to me, do 10 and then do 2 and then try and do 2 more,
What's
even
2?
if I've got a higher weight? 2 more reps. So
Yeah.
you say do 10 reps in your set and then you say,
Yes.
do 2 more reps, 2 more. You can do it. You could do it.
Yes. Well, yes. Say if you got 15 kg for 10 reps. Okay, right. Yeah, no, I hit 10 reps. I feel like I could do a bit more. Okay, well, maybe
Do it.
17.5 next week. See how far you can get with that. Progressive overload. Any questions?
No, I think you explained that quite well.
Do you want to parrot it back to me, Fiona?
Progressive overload, you add more weight, more reps, more tempo.
More tempo,
I don't know what tempo is.
sets, intensity.
Yep. And you just make it that little bit harder for yourself. You push yourself that little bit more to do it. Instead of doing the 10 reps, do the 12.
If you want to improve, if you want to get stronger, if you want to get bigger muscles like me, you've got to improve. You've got to find ways to increase each week, each month. Right, supersets. You've heard of supersets?
I have. I like supersets.
So
You do a set, but you superset it with something else.
performing, yes, back-to-back exercises, yes.
I like them. It saves so much more time.
Right.
It cuts you down by like 10 minutes.
They are very useful, yeah.
Yeah, I love them.
Yes. I would suggest to most people not to be supersetting the same muscle group. That's where some people go wrong, where they do 2 bicep exercises. Do you see what I mean?
I don't think I do that. I just follow your app.
Doing variations of bicep curls or 2 different tricep exercises.
I don't do that. Why is that? Because you have to give it that little bit of rest while you're doing the other one, or?
Ideally, yes, but
Okay.
but again, for just the average person just trying to hit the gym, you don't need to be wasting your time doing back-to-back bicep exercises. You may as well do antagonist supersets, which are the opposing muscle group or muscle groups that don't overlap. Quite a popular one would be biceps and triceps.
All right, okay.
So you do, bicep curls and then maybe some tricep extensions or dips or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
But then even then, sometimes they overlap a tad. So you could do like a pressing variant, like a chest press, and then a pull-up. Different muscle groups.
Yeah. So why? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I get it.
There's not a lot of value in doing supersets based on the same muscle group. You could get really and you could start saying, well, you can do supersets, but you can do it from different ranges. So you can do it from the lengthened range and the shortened range. So, for example, if you do a hip thrust, hip thrust.
Yep.
Yeah,
I do them. They're on the app.
So if you fatigue the muscle in the shortened range for your hips. Hip thrust when you drive your hips.
Oh,
up.
I do. Yeah.
Big squeeze, get that extra inch. So you fatigue yourself in that shortened range for your glutes, for your arse.
Oh, yeah.
But you could leave.
Sorry.
Is that a problem?
Yeah, just thinking about getting that extra inch in.
It's important.
Yeah.
Extra inch at the top.
Yep.
Squeeze, extra inch.
Yep.
Without, don't, obviously your back. Be careful your back. Keep it in the glutes. Keep it in the arse. Right, so you fatigue in the shortened range. Squeeze at the top, extra inch. But you could, if you're getting really sweaty with it, you could then jump up and start doing some RDLs. RDLs, Romanian deadlifts?
Them. Yeah. No.
So when you're going down, you're pushing your ass to the back of the room, your knees are going back with them. What are you doing? Your glutes are... So the hip thrust, glutes are...
Tense?
Shortening.
Yes. All right, okay. And
so with the RDLs,
they're stretched.
They're lengthening.
Yeah.
So you could, even though it's targeting your glutes and your hamstrings...
It's a different way of targeting.
Hit the ranges, so shorten. So fatigue the shorten range, and then RDLs, lengthening the glutes.
Just do a bicep and then a tricep.
Yes.
That makes it so much easier. Fuck's sake.
Depends how advanced you are. Maybe you want to go down the sweaty route. You want to start doing it that way.
No.
Because that goes into what I said. I just said, well, don't do the same muscle group back to back. That's not good. Yes. For the vast majority, yes, that makes perfect sense. No point doing back to back front delt exercises. Oh, some shoulder press and then some front raises. No. Why? No.
That's just silly.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not ideal. Not really.
Yeah.
Unless you're a bodybuilder. Okay, maybe. If you want to really get some volume to those front delts. Okay, go for it. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Overlapping muscles. Antagonist supersets.
Yes.
Muscles that aren't overlapping.
Yep, I get it.
So, chest press, pull, bi, try. Leg extension, leg curl. Quads, hamstrings.
Squat, lunge.
No,
no.
What do you mean?
You don't do
That's
that,
quad
do you?
though, isn't it? Obviously, squat, you're getting a lot more than quad, but you haven't learned then, have you? You haven't learned.
I have
You haven't
learned.
learned from that.
I
Because
have
you just
learned.
said, your example, you just said squat and then a lunge.
Yeah, but...
Okay, so they're both hammering the quads, aren't they?
Yeah. Well,
Right.
glutes.
Yeah.
Squat is a glutey thing.
You can do a lunge variant, maybe,
Yeah,
depending on what the squat variant is, but
I'll just do a
take
bicep and
opposite
then a fucking
muscles.
tricep. How about that?
Okay, good start.
Fuck.
Right.
Okay. That's
Drop
what I
sets.
do.
Drop sets.
I don't know what that is.
A technique where you perform a set to failure with a certain weight,
Oh, yeah. I remember.
then immediately reduce the weight and continue to perform more reps until failure. So 25 bicep curls.
remember-
25. Oh, you failed. Oh, I can't do any more. Whoa, hang on. You got the 10 kg weights there. Go and grab the 7.5. Oh, okay. Right. Oh, I can knock out a few more. Eh? Bloody hell. Got the stack. Same. Take the pin. Lower.
So can you keep doing
Lower
it
because
until...
the weight's down, up.
So do you keep doing it? So you do 10.5 or do you have to then stay at 10? So you fail at... You get too much at 10 and then you reduce to 7.5. Do you have to stay at 7.5 or can you reduce it again?
Well,
to failure?
it depends how many drop sets you want to do.
Okay.
So you do your normal set, then you drop, and then you drop. You probably drop, I don't know, 2 to 3 times.
Okay. Okay, so you could finish it. You can start at 10 and you could technically finish at 5.
Yes.
Yeah. But if you're lifting 10, you're well able to do 5. That's my mindset.
Yes, but
you're more tired and fatigued,
there's a lot
yes.
of fatigue going on,
Yeah.
isn't there? Yes, that's the So
Yes.
you're going to be failed. By the time you get to 5, you would have failed like
And
three
your form
three
is
times.
probably going to be off as well.
Right. Yes. Well, I know on form, most people don't want to be getting to the point where they're failing. The whole like 1 rep max and all this stuff. if that's your goal, if you want to see how much you can deadlift or squat or bench press or whatever, for some, maybe that could be a goal. Yes, we will get into this in a minute, but you just be mindful of getting close to failure. Not really.
I don't think I'll ever get close to failure.
But also,
because I just won't do it.
Right, we'll get into that in a minute. Yeah, but also there's failure where you literally can't pick up the weight anymore, like you're done for, and there's also mechanical failure where your form starts to suffer, because ideally you want your form to stay the same from the first rep to the last rep. Obviously, it's got a lot harder by the last rep, but your form wants to stay the same. You want to be able to look at you from rep 1 to rep 12 and go, yeah, well, I can see he's getting tired by the facial expressions and he's struggling, but the form has remained pretty much the same. So mechanical failure would be that your form starts to go.
Yes, that makes sense.
So not total failure where you can't even pick the weight up anymore. You're still doing the reps, but bicep curls, you're starting to do. Mechanical failure. You're still doing the reps, but they look like shit.
So you may as well stop.
Yes. That makes sense?
I get that, yep.
Cluster sets. Break a set into smaller clusters with short rest periods in between. For example,
I hate them. Sorry.
You've done cluster sets?
No, I hate anything that.
If I could just finish.
Okay, yeah. So.
Instead of doing 10 reps straight, you might do 4 reps, rest for 10 to 20 seconds, and repeat until you've completed all 10 reps.
I'd just rather get them over and done with.
I think supersets, drop sets, to get a bit more volume in, to save time, useful. I mean, useful for the average person, the average gym goer. Cluster sets, I don't know. Yeah, we're very much into the bodybuilding territory there.
Do you know me? I like to get in and get out of the gym as soon as possible. Oh.
Right. So cluster sets maybe not for you then.
Well, it's just lengthens.
How's the mic?
I know. I tried to put it up.
What are we doing with this?
I tried to put it up, but
why is it dropped?
There we go. It's fixed.
What's happened?
It's because I moved this down a little bit because I didn't like it the way it was, because I couldn't see you. I couldn't maintain eye contact with you. All about maintaining the eye contact here,
Antagonist paired supersets. We've done that already.
Yes.
Performing 2 exercises that target opposing muscle groups, such as biceps and triceps.
Not squats and lunges.
Back with no rest. Okay?
Yep.
Right? Makes sense?
Got it.
Warming up potentiation. Do we need to talk about that? Potentiation?
Well, you've mentioned it, so you may as well tell me.
Yeah, potentiation. It's
what's the word?
What? Potentiation.
Potentiation. Potentiation. What the fuck does that mean?
It's warming up. So if you warm up, if you warm me up, you do your bench press, you're under the bar. People will say, what warm up should you do? Well, normally, depending on what your first exercise is, just warm up for that. Don't start doing all these wacky-dacky exercises. It's like people that come in and then go on the assault bike. It's laziness. Yeah. I've seen it.
I've done that.
Oh, I've seen it.
Not the assault bike, but the bike and the
previous gym I was at. Oh, I've seen it. These people that come in, they sit on the bike. Like, why on the bike? What are you doing on the bike? Let's start warming up properly. These people will spend 10 minutes on the bike just to waste time. Okay, I'm ready to do my chest press. Oh, are you? Are you warmed up on the bike, are you, for your chest press? Get off the fucking bike.
That's like me when I used to do upper body, but I used to run on the treadmill. I'm warmed up now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just, yes, do like a little bit of warming up just to get your body temperature up, of course. But whatever exercise you're doing first, warm up on that, ideally.
Okay. How would you warm up?
You can get the band and you can do some stuff with the band.
Warm
up with the old rotator cuffs and all that stuff. Yeah, of course.
I was going to ask.
The shoulders.
What exercise would you recommend? But band is a good one. I like the band.
Like I've just said, if you're doing whatever exercise you're doing first, maybe try and warm up on that. So do a lighter potentiation. Do a lighter load of your top set. Push Your Health app. Your target for this week is 25. Chest press, you're going for 25 kg.
Yep.
Right? But you're not going to get in and get the bar and start whacking out 25 kg, are you?
Oh, God, no.
You need to warm up. So maybe you start off with, like 50%.
2 kg?
So you do a few reps at 50%, and then maybe you do a few more reps at 70%. And then the potentiation stuff normally comes in when you go a little bit over your top set.
Okay, so you have to do like 26 kg.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So if you're aiming for 25, and that's what you're going to try and hit, 2 sets of 10 on 25. If you go for 27.5, but you go for 3 reps or 4 reps.
That's where potentiation comes in.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Again, a little bit sweaty, a little bit on the bodybuilding sweaty side, but warming up in general, get it done. And if you're about to do upper body based stuff,
don't get on a goddamn treadmill.
Do some dynamic stretching. Do some stuff that mimics the muscles you're going to be using. Yes, if you're going to be doing lower body stuff or squatting or deadlifting, maybe go on the bike for a little bit. But just know in the future, okay, when you go for your session and your PT shoves you on the bike, just know that they are doing it because they're wasting time.
Oh, they're
wasting time. That hour can be long. 5 minutes on the bike at the start, 5 minutes at the end. It's only 50 minutes. Bloody hell. And then you do your sets, have a bit of a chin wag between the sets. Oh, you've nailed it. Well done. Get her out. Get him out. Next. On the bike. Oh, we're not doing chest press today. Yeah, get on the bike.
Okay.
Lazy.
Okay.
Junk.
So they're just wasting time when you get you to do that.
It was great when I used to PT at this gym. They used to walk in, oh, you're right. Where do they all go? Where do they all drift to? Do you want to get going? Yeah, I'm just going to go on the bike. Why? Oh, that's right. It's dog shit here. Oh, that's right. Oh, the standards are. Okay. No, I'm ready to go. I want to start training. I'm a proper PT. We're training. We're doing this properly. Get off the fucking bike. Get over here.
Oh.
We're doing chest press.
Oh, dear.
Grab the band. Let's do some stuff that's useful. Not the bike.
Oh, I don't think Ben likes the bike very much, do you, Ben?
The bike's fine. But warm up based on what you're doing in the session.
Well, I used to just walk into the gym as my warm-up.
Right. Yeah, of course. Anyway, let's move on. Anyway, of course, if it's freezing outside, maybe get on the bike, get on the treadmill, warm up. Don't just jump straight in. But just know that. Okay? Just know that they're wasting your time. Rest pause sets. This is very sway. A technique where you take brief, deliberate rests during a set to extend the set beyond the initial point of failure. For example, performing 6 reps, resting for 15 seconds, then doing as many more reps as possible. Jeez, that's what happens. You write like crap, that's what you get. That's my writing, not good.
My writing's terrible too.
So again, with cluster sets...
It's just a lot of time wasting. That's what supersets, like cluster stuff, whatever even that's called, and cluster sets, they're just wasting time. Just get in, do your supersets, and fuck off.
Well, yeah, well, potentially, but at the same time, if you're using some of these, what are we calling these?
Terminologies.
No.
Techniques.
Yes.
Lingos.
If you're using some of these techniques, they can potentially shorten the time because they're increasing the difficulty of the reps in the set. So if you're using some of these cluster sets and then rest pause sets, you might do less overall.
Oh, okay.
So it might seem like they're extending the length of the set, but because they're making them harder in some way, you might feel, oh, to be fair, I was going to do 4 sets, but maybe I'll just do 2 sets of this. And also, don't use any of these techniques on everything. If you're doing like a big compound lift, a multi-joint lift, a squat, a deadlift, a bench press, you don't want to be doing this sort of stuff on those. This is for more isolation-based stuff. Bicep curls and lateral raises and that sort of stuff. When you're doing more smaller muscle groups, isolation, you're doing your accessory work after you've done your main lift for the session.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I still just like supersets.
Yes, but maybe not use them on every single exercise you do.
Yeah.
Unless you are really short of time. Unless you've got 20 minutes and you go, do you know what? It's better than nothing. Get in, do them, get out. Fine, no problem.
It's every time.
Down sets. Okay. After completing your primary working sets, performing additional sets with lighter weight to accumulate more volume and fatigue the muscles further. So that's just getting more volume in.
What do you mean getting more volume in? Just getting more reps in?
Yes, it's just doing chest press. Bodybuilders might do more of, they do their top sets, a couple of sets, go to failure on the last set maybe, and then they will then, to get more volume in, they will then drop the weight by, like 30%, 40%, and then do a couple more sets, maybe 1 to 2 sets on that same exercise, just to get the volume in.
Okay. That's it, yeah.
Lengthened partials. This is like
Just do RDLs.
Sorry?
Lengthening.
No, God.
No, okay.
A lot of studies have come out. A lot of studies have come out over the last couple of years to show that length and partials might actually be better for some exercises than full range of motion. So a length and partial is so for a row, for example. You're doing a row,
Yep.
right? So you're getting a nice stretch on the row there, right? So cable, or if you're on a machine, there's the weight there, right? So a full range of motion would be bringing it back, giving the elbow tucked, right? So length and partial would be going all the way out, getting that nice stretch there, and then coming and keeping it in the length and range.
Oh, like a
bicep curl. You see this bicep curl, right?
Yeah.
Lengthened.
Yeah.
Shortened up. That's shortened. Bicep is now shortened.
Yeah.
In that position.
Ovs.
Oh, sorry. Is it? Oh, is it ovs? Is it?
Ovs, yeah.
Lengthened here.
Yeah.
Don't lengthen it too much because the tendon. See the tendon starts taking. Be careful the tendon. Right. So that means it's lengthened there. So you may only go and keep in that length and range.
What's that?
Now that looks like a lengthened partial. Now that looks like you're shortchanging yourself, or it's a half a rep. But
it's harder, I'm assuming.
Well, it's not harder as such, but it will work better for different exercises. No, you can technically do it in most, but you'll if you try it, you'll feel it more in, like, for example, that's why I did the row, because that's where I feel it. It's quite hard to get. I mean, a lot of people, it's quite hard to get like a mind muscle connection on your lats can be a tricky one. Getting an actual proper pump in your lats can be hard for many people. So doing that length and partial on the rows, for me, yeah, pretty good. Again, maybe just include a set at the end. Don't just start doing a whole workout of length and partials, but maybe it might be worth doing a couple of sets and just getting a set or two in on a different exercise. Maybe try your biceps, try your rows, see how you feel. Lots of studies come out though. Lots of studies.
What, saying that it's good, or?
It's potentially superior to full range of motion, yeah.
Oh. Okay. Are we going to find the studies in the bio?
I can put some studies in, yeah. Yeah, I've got lots of details as to why, but won't get into it. But we're in a rush. We're in a rush now, unfortunately, because I have actual real people to train. I've got to push people's health.
On the balls of F.
Okay, myo reps.
Huh?
Myo reps.
Myo.
Yes.
Is that muscle reps? Myo.
If we can.
Okay.
A method where you perform a set to near failure, rest briefly, then do several mini sets.
Mini sets.
Usually between 3 to 5 reps, with short rest intervals. With short rest intervals until failure. Similar-ish to your cluster sets and just doing lots of mini sets within a set. Again, to help get more volume, quite bodybuilder-esque again. But I feel myo reps have been around a while, but again, I don't know, they've sort of, over the last couple of years, they've become more popular. Dr. Mike Israel, Renaissance periodization. Very, very, very intelligent man. Very intelligent. He knows his stuff. I watch a lot of his videos. I listen to him on podcasts. He's very big into the old myo reps. He likes his myo reps. For the old Renaissance periodization. Awful name, isn't it? It's a mouthful. RP. RP strength. RP.
RP.
They're big into the whole full range of motion. Team full ROM. They like their exercises full range of motion. So when the whole length and partial stuff came out, it was oh no, Christ. It was obviously a bit joking. But people in the industry and the community were like, oh, look at that, Mike. Oh, you suck. Look, length and partials. Look at all these studies. They're better. Team full ROM, you suck. Team full ROM. It's a good habit to be in, isn't it? For many. Well, if you can go full range of motion in most exercises, good for you. And then length and partials came out and went, well, hang on a minute.
Maybe not. Your tracks.
So then, but anyway, I don't think people care about that.
Okay.
I don't think they care.
Okay. What other lingo have we got?
That's in the the lingo for the bodybuilders and me and everyone else. RIR.
Or.
Sorry.
Or.
RIR.
Or.
Reps in reserve.
Oh.
A measure of how many more reps you could perform before reaching failure. For example, if you stop at 8 reps but could have done 2 more, you have 2 RIR. I prefer this method to the next one. The next one is RPE, rate of perceived exertion. You heard of that? RPE scale?
No, I've never heard of either of those.
I feel like the RPE scale, more people would have heard of compared to the RIR.
Okay. So if you do 8 reps, but you could have done 2 more, do you then just add on and do 12 reps next time?
No, hang on. And these two are hard because if you're training by yourself or you've never reached failure before or you've not really been able to push yourself, it's hard to, when you're by yourself or if you're just new to the gym, it's hard to push yourself. It's all well and good saying, oh, you must train to failure. You must push yourself hard. But to push yourself to real failure, it's hard for people to really push themselves.
Yeah.
You feel like you're in here challenging yourself. But if I went, how close to failure are you getting? You're probably miles off. That's what most people are. They're miles off. If you went, gun to your head, you got to 10 reps, and you're like, oh God, I don't think I could do any more. Oh, hang on a minute. Get a gun to your head, let's do some more. You'd knock out, not just because there's a gun to your head, you'd knock out a hell of a lot more than you thought you would be able to.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. That's the idea of a personal trainer, isn't it? Is that they will push you to do it if you get a good one. Right,
yes. Exactly. Get off the bike. Get off the treadmill.
Stop wasting time.
So yes, RIR. So that's what I try and work towards myself, and that's what I probably try and get clients to work towards. But then some might get more from the RPE scale because they may have heard of that. So 1 to 10. So same thing, but just 1 to 10 instead of 2 in reserve.
So I don't understand this 2 in reserve thing.
Well, so if your target's 10 reps.
Yeah.
And if I had a gun to your head and went, let's get 10 reps. And you could have got 10 reps, but you stop at 8.
Yeah.
You could have got, if you wanted to, gun to your head, you could have got 2 more reps. But your target for that set was 2 reps in reserve. So if you have a set, I set you a set, 3 sets of 8 reps. And next to that would be, you might have a tempo. Well, we're into tempo. But you might have a RPE of 8. So that set, you're going to work towards an RPE of 8 instead of 10. So 10's the top end. 10's failure.
Okay.
So reps in reserve, if I set you a target of 2, that means you're working towards that set, but keeping those 2 sets in reserve.
But I don't understand why you're keeping them in reserve. What's the point?
Because if you don't have any, that's failure. So if I set you I give you a set and it's 0, that means it's go to failure.
Okay.
I want you to have no reps in reserve. So it's 0. So you'll see maybe on the app, or you'll see it will have bicep curls, and it will be on either an RPE of 8 or 7 or 6. So for example, if you're doing a warm up, your reps in reserve would be 6 or 5 because you're just warming up. Or if you're doing some sets just to get some volume in, you're not trying to get anywhere near failure. So you might go, some bicep curls, do 3 sets, and you've got at least 4 reps in reserve.
Okay, I get it now.
Right. Ideally, you want to get into the habit, if you can, to not on all exercises, but a lot of, again, maybe not the compound stuff, maybe the multi-joint stuff, the squats and the deadlifts, on the accessory stuff, on the isolation stuff, get into a habit of doing that last set on your bicep curls or your tricep extensions or your shoulder lateral raises, of going to failure or trying to push yourself as much as you can. So you can use the RPE scale or use the reps in reserve scale as your metric. Or depending on if you're following the app or you're following something online, they may use that scale. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it now.
Right. But each set, last set on the exercise, trying and start dipping the toes into getting close to failure. You haven't got to go to 0, RIR, or RPE scale 10, but get closer. And then if you're on a program, that will naturally then start to build up as you go. So you might start on an RPE scale of 6, and then week 2, go up to 7, and then week 3. Same with the reps in reserve.
What's RPE again? The meaning of it?
Rate of perceived exertion.
Okay.
So 1 to 10. So 1, nothing. 1's easy. 10, failure.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's quite complex.
The RPE scale,
it is what you can do, but you can push yourself further, basically. So that's what your reserve means.
Yes. So the RPE scale is normally for most people, they may have heard of that. I think the RPE scale, the bar, is on like treadmills and cardio machines. You'll see it Or if you go for a gym induction, they will say, right, Sally, we're going to be working toward an RPE of 4. And this means that we can still maintain a conversation. But you're getting your heart rate up, but we can still have a conversation. If you go 5 and 6, that's when you might not be able to maintain a conversation. Reps in reserve, again, more along the lines of resistance training and bodybuilding and stuff. That's, again, the Dr. Mike. I don't think he was the one who made it up, but he's the one. Mike Israel has been one of the guys who's really been a proponent for reps in reserve. I won't know until I listen back. Maybe I butchered that. Who knows?
No, I think you did a good job.
Okay,
well done,
great.
Ben. Well done to all involved.
Giant sets. Oh no, I've got these in a bit of a dodgy order. I don't need to talk about giant sets. Giant sets. Okay, we'll talk about giant sets. Performing 4 or more exercises for the same muscle group in succession with minimal rest between each exercise.
Why would you do 4?
Right,
That's so silly. Just do 3.
Like I said about supersets, doing the same muscle group. Again, if you want to get some more volume in, maybe. If you do giant sets or supersets on the same muscle group, maybe you change the exercise, the type of exercise. Shoulders, you do lateral raises, rear delts, shoulder press. So at least you're hitting different heads. Bicep, short and range, length and range. Triceps, 3 heads again. Extensions, dips, kickbacks maybe. Not a big fan of kickbacks, but...
Oh, them things.
Yes, with a cable maybe, cable machine. Or you can lie down. It's on the app. There's an exercise on the app. You can lie down and then you really isolate your arm and then you kick back from there. But your arm's on the bench rather than just be standing and then just do this.
I remember you recording that. I remember it.
Right. Yeah, not bad.
You looked quite awkward on it.
Again, for most, it's probably not necessary. Unless you are doing a giant set or you're doing a superset. So maybe it's just to get a bit more volume in. If you're doing like a dip. Oh, no, you don't want to do that because then that would be a dip and then, I don't know, a bicep curl. And you go, maybe some kickbacks. As you're on the bench, maybe some bench kickbacks. Why not?
What would you recommend out of all the ones that we've done now? What would you recommend? What would be your favourite one to do? Your set?
Which technique would I go for?
Technique, that's what I mean.
Well,
you like the thingy.
I think drop sets and antagonist paired supersets, opposing muscle groups. Drop sets if you want to get some more volume in. My reps, yeah. But I think I take all those techniques away, get into grips with tempo and get into grips with reps in reserve and RPE, picking one of those and learning how to challenge yourself is going to be a lot more beneficial than starting to muck about with all these different techniques. But as your coach, I can put these techniques in, I'll explain to you how they work, but I'm not going to force them down your throat. Not really. Maybe some supersets just to get you started, good. Just to save you time more than anything. But I'd rather you start getting used to the idea of trying to push yourself and maybe not necessarily working towards failure, but starting to dip the toes.
Get the full experience out of the exercise.
Yes, before you then start doing all these wacky-dacky techniques.
Before you move on, can you please explain to me what tempo is? Because I don't know what that is, and you said it multiple times. Is it like the pace?
The tempo, so it would be the concentric, eccentric, isometric hold.
What?
You'll see numbers. There'll be numbers. So
concentric, eccentric, what?
For certain exercises, for most exercises, you'll have a tempo about how slow and fast you're going to be doing the movement.
Oh, okay. So you always say to me slow and controlled.
Yeah, so the concentric. So the eccentric is the lowering phase. So bicep curl.
I knew this.
Eccentric, concentric. And then you might have an isometric hold.
Okay. And
then you also how fast, so then it all adds up to how fast you're doing it. So you could say eccentric could be 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Concentric could be 1 second. 1. And then you could put another one. Hold at the top for 1 second. 1. Go again.
So why can't you just say up, down, hold?
Yes,
why do you have to say concentric,
that's another way of doing the progressive overload stuff, isn't it? Because then if you can then go, we'll keep the exercise the same and we'll keep the weight the same, but we'll change the tempo. So we'll really slow down that eccentric. Not too much because it starts to be diminishing returns if you start having a 15-second eccentric. It starts to get a bit silly. But you can change the tempo.
Entiendo.
Or you can have the hold at the top. You can go, that isometric hold at the top. 2 seconds, please.
Isometric hold. Just say hold. Just hold it.
No, but it's isometric, isn't it? You're contracting at the top. Isometric. Yes? Yeah. 1, 2, or concentric, or no, eccentric. Slow down. Hold at the bottom. You can hold at the bottom if you want.
No.
And then come back up.
Okay. Thank you, Benjamin, for explaining that to me.
Right.
Next.
Okay, back to finish off. Train the clients, push people's health. That's it's all non-stop. It's all go. I'm having to cut short a recording because I've got to go and push people's health from the pools of life.
You've got to go to work.
It's crazy, isn't it? No, it's good. I suppose it's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's not all talk, is it? It's not all talk. It's all well and good sitting here talking about pushing people's health from the pools of life, but I had to cut short and go and do it.
Yep, you have to walk the walk, Ben.
Okay, where were we?
I can't remember.
Before I was pushing people's health from the pools of life?
I have no idea.
There's an app, by the way. Do you know there's an app?
I do. The push-pull head app.
That was face-to-face. It was a client, face-to-face. They were here. Face-to-face.
Did you do a good job?
Oh, it was great. Good. Yeah, good session. Nice.
Good.
But also online. On
What
the app.
sets did you get her to do?
We weren't doing anything crazy. No drop sets, no cluster sets.
What about some supersets?
No supersets. No, it was just a pretty standard session. Straight sets.
Did you get her on a bike?
No bike. I haven't bought the bike yet.
Oh.
There's no bike here at the moment, but yeah, I will do. Yeah, it's just expensive. Quite expensive. Useful bit of kit. It's worth having a bit of cardio-based stuff in the gym, but not to waste time. A lot of money just to get someone to come in and waste time with them.
Well, yeah.
I'd buy the kit, but make sure that I'm actually utilising it correctly.
It smells like air freshener all of a sudden.
Anyway, right, back to it. What was the last one we talked about? Tempo.
Tempo, yeah.
So can you explain tempo to me before we move on? I can't remember if I explained it correctly or not. I haven't got any read around the word in AAA. Oh.
Oh, God. But we're doing one
I'll just do it on the spot.
Okay.
I'll just get them on the spot.
Oh, God.
Well, there's plenty of
on the spot, Ben, just doesn't go. So, no,
There's plenty of reading going on, so I'm sure I'll be able to pull some up my arse. Tempo please, so we can move on.
It's like the speed and the control of what you're doing. Is that right?
Of the rep.
Of the rep, yeah. So you've got you can do that, and then you can bring it up and you can hold it. It might take 3 seconds to do that, but only 1 second to do that, and then you hold it for 1 second.
A 3 second hold at the top, an isometric hold of 3 seconds.
That's the one, the isometric hold.
That's rough.
1 second, I said.
So it might look something like, I don't know, 4-0-1-0.
What?
Maybe. So 4 seconds on the eccentric.
Oh, right.
1, 2, 3, 4. 0 at the bottom, which means you're coming straight back up. We've got phones on in the Push Wealth studio.
I know.
Why the hell have we got phones on?
I'm very busy, Ben.
Okay, do you want to take that live on air?
No, I don't know who it is.
Okay.
Oh, it might be the solicitor, actually.
Okay. Do you want to take that then quickly?
It's gone.
Sure they'll leave a message.
I'm sure they will.
Oh, we're buying a house, by the way. We're moving away from the Banshee. If you don't know who the Banshee is, that's my mum. We haven't mentioned the Banshee term for a while, but we're getting out. Pushing out from the Paul's life. Things are looking up.
Are they? You'll be stuck with me 24/7. How exciting.
One Banshee to the next.
Excuse me?
Tempo.
That's the voicemail. I'll turn it.
Okay. Should we get that off now then? Because this is serious.
Yep.
You're
I'm
telling
sorry,
me-
Ben. But, you know.
I'm conscious of not wasting people's bloody time.
Are you? Well, you're very conscious of wasting my time.
What's that light doing over there?
I fucking
You've
knows.
not even positioned it next to your face.
Nobody needs to see these, okay? Nobody needs to see my face. Nobody.
Can you just position... Get out and just position, please. At least... No, yes. Don't just grab it by the... Okay. Is that a bit better? 4010. What's that going to look like? 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 0. Straight back up. 1. Maybe hold at the top. Back down again.
For 4.
Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense. It's very self-explanatory, Ben. Now you explain it. Do it in stages.
Okay, so what is... Okay, so 4010, what does that mean then?
Down for 4. Hold. Up. No. Down for 4. Then... No. Down for 4 and up and then hold. For 1.
That's tree though, isn't it?
Huh?
That's tree.
What do you mean?
I think that's enough on the training techniques, forced reps, negatives. Go over quickly different forms of training, maybe.
What do you mean by that?
Let me get to it.
Okay.
So daily undulating training. So this is probably what most people should be sticking to. It's hard for most people to stick to a routine consistently because things come up, life, work. It's all well and good me being really strict with numbers and, on Tuesday we're going to hit 80% of this number and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. Building up to your one rep max, and then the client doesn't turn up or is busy or is sick and whatever. Easy for me because I'm into it. I can maybe work towards goals and targets a little bit easier, as opposed just to the average person. So doing daily undulating training is probably the best way to go for most, instead of being more strict, more linear with your training. So DUP, a form of periodization where the intensity and the volume of exercises change daily or per session. For example, performing heavy weight with low reps on one day, moderate weight with moderate reps another day, and lighter weight with higher reps on another day.
Okay.
And then that can expand into different forms of training. So maybe you can do, one session more strength-based. So maybe lower reps, higher weight, hypertrophy.
Mm-hmm. It's like a hurricane out there.
Okay, great. Let's hope we don't get blown away. Hypertrophy. You know what hypertrophy is, don't you?
Well, blow me away with your knowledge, Ben.
Hypertrophy.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Some people call it hypertrophy.
Yeah, I'd call it hypertrophy.
I don't know what we're doing with that. It's hypertrophy.
Hypertrophy.
Muscle. Oh, it's muscle.
Oh.
So we go slightly higher reps. Anywhere between 8 to 30, I think. Maybe a little bit lower is the hypertrophy range. I think 30 reps is pushing it a bit.
That's a lot.
Really. So, So instead of having all these strict numbers to work towards, that's probably best for most. And if you've got extra days, if you're doing 3 times a week, maybe you can do a bit of both. Maybe you do a bit of strength training at the start, more accessory work, hypertrophy stuff after you've done your initial heavier lift. And then you can put, if you're getting really sweaty, some speed stuff, some plyometrics, agility work, all this sort of stuff. If you're powerlifting, that's when speed work would come in. That's when all that type of extra stuff would come in. Mm-hmm. So you'd lower the weight and you do speed work on your deadlift and your squats and all this sort of stuff. And you get chains involved and all this goodness, all this good stuff. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Just changing the forms of training, basically.
Yes, making it harder.
Yes. Linear periodization.
I don't like
so that's, well, yes.
Boring.
It's in the title, isn't it? Linear. Yes.
Stays the same, don't change.
Volume and intensity are systematically increased over time together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite boring. You're just working towards the same volume, intensity, and then just trying to increase it as you go.
What do you do? Do you do DUP? DUT?
What am I doing at the moment? No, I guess it's reasonably linear, really. It's probably a mixture of the two. I'm trying to maybe have a certain lift that you want to improve your strength on or get better at, and you have that at the start, and that's your main lift for the session. And then the other stuff is just more accessory stuff. So, your dumbbell chest press or your row of some form or pull-ups. Start with those, see how many reps you can get. Slightly lower reps because they're harder, or you're working towards a bit more strength-based, and then your accessory stuff is more hypertrophy-based stuff. So it's high reps, getting some more volume in.
Mm-hmm.
Double progression training. So this one, along with DUP, pretty useful. I think a lot of people may utilize this in more of a small group setting because it's quite easy to maintain. It's a method that involves increasing both the number of reps and weight lifted over time. So I think the example that most people use is the 8 to 12 rep range. So you start with 8, get to 12. So for the first week, you want to try and get your sets, 3 sets of 8 reps.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next week, 3 sets of 9.
Okay.
3 sets of 10. And then once you can do 3 sets of 12 on that weight, on that exercise, you then know that you can increase the weight and then start again. Go back down to 8.
Oh, that's what you do with me.
After you've reached the beginner stage and you're not just you can't just increase weight every single time, this is a good way to probably keep the progression going,
okay,
which is reasonably straightforward. So the weight may stay the same for 4 to 5 weeks, but you're just trying to increase the reps by 1 every week. So get that. Then at some point, 3 sets of 12 will become easy. Oh, I can do for it now. No problem. 12. I've hit the top. I've hit the top end. Okay. Increase by X amount. Start back down by 8. Off you go.
That makes sense. It's kind of giving you a bit of goal, isn't it, as well? A bit of motivation to hit the goals.
It's reasonably straightforward. Yeah. So you can implement it very easily into one-to-one, of course, but into small group training as well when you've got maybe 4 or 5 people and it's, they're still calling it personal training. It's not. It's not. That's what they use. Double progression training. It's just easy. Right, Sally, what'd you get last week? Oh, I got 3 sets of 10 on those. Oh, can you get 3 sets of 11? Nice. Yeah, I'm going to go for that. Easy. Personal training. There
you go. The 101.
Okay. Different movement patterns, very quickly, just to finish off on this. There's obviously lots more different versions of forms of training along with the techniques, but that will do. That will do for now. So squat variants, squat, single leg, unilateral stuff, one side at a time.
Goblet, squats.
Different forms of squats, yes. So normally most people can find a form of squat that they can do pain-free. It might not be barbell squat. That's why I've got the safety bar. Safety bar. Safety bar is pad. Hands start here. So people have got iffy shoulders. Having your shoulder over here on the bar, the rotator cuff doesn't like it. Put them out in front. Pad, rest on your shoulders. You can just sit there.
That's what that's for then.
Yes, that's for... Well,
it's very intimidating.
You can use it for other stuff, but it's mainly for squatting. Yeah, you can do squatting, good mornings, lunges.
Good mornings.
It's lovely bit of kit. Fantastic bit of kit.
It's very intimidating, isn't it?
Not particularly.
It is. It's big and bulky.
Maybe I should move it because
looks like a roller coaster.
It's normally on the wall behind me. So when people first walk in, they see that monstrosity and they're like, oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God, what is it?
It's very, as I said, intimidating. It is.
Where else am I going to put it?
On the wall. That's where all is going.
Right. Hip hinge.
So I know what hip hinge.
Deadlift variants. RDL, stiff leg, deadlift. Yes, you got squat patterns, hip hinge, deadlift variants.
Yep.
Right. Vertical pull. So what movements would be for vertical pull?
I don't know.
Doing this. You're doing this.
Oh, vertical pull.
Yes, vertical pull.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I speak English. We speak English.
Okay, fine.
Vertical pull.
Okay.
So that is...
Push up, pull up, pull up.
Pull up, yes, pull up.
Push up, pull up.
Yeah. Pull up, pull down.
Yeah.
Right. Vertical
push up.
What, this?
I don't know,
You're
Ben.
pushing up. It's a vertical push. Overhead press.
Okay, fine.
Anything that goes overhead.
Fine.
Overhead.
Okay.
Do you press up overhead? Do you do a press up overhead?
Fuck knows what I do, to be honest.
Well, that's not very good. Look, you're trained by me. Push way off, Ben.
Yeah, but I don't do that kind of stuff, Ben. I don't do anything that's really, really hard, do I?
What, push up?
Man, I do push-ups. But
Anyway, horizontal pull.
You just use dumbbells.
Horizontal pull. What's that?
Pulling something in front of you. A row. See?
Right.
I like rows.
Row variants. Lovely. Horizontal push.
Push up.
Doing this, aren't
Chest
you?
press.
Doing this. Yes. Chest variant. Yes. Pressing. Horizontal push.
I don't like this.
But yes, a press up. Yes.
Okay. I was right.
That works as well, doesn't it? Yes. Horizontal hip extension. Okay.
No, don't bother. No.
Hip thrust, glute bridge. Yes?
Yep.
Right. That's pretty much it, I think. That's pretty much the main movement patterns that you need to worry about. So the premise of that is just trying to get one of those patterns in your training. So if you're training twice a week, potentially doing 2 full body sessions, just make sure that you're ticking those off. You're getting one of those in each of your sessions, ideally, or just across the 2 sessions.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Right. Isolation, yeah, we've talked about that. So isolation muscles, accessory work. After
the tree heads. You said something about tree heads.
Tree heads of what?
The tree arm heads.
Tricep?
Yep. Bicep and something else. You're on about your tree heads before.
Okay, yeah, there's 2 heads to the bicep.
No.
3 heads of the shoulder.
That's what I meant, the shoulder.
3 heads of the tricep.
Or maybe I meant that. I don't know what I meant.
Right.
You're just on about 3 heads.
Do you want to talk about the heads?
No, absolutely
Okay,
not.
well, the future episode, we'll do a bit of anatomy, a bit of the old skeleton, that sort of stuff.
The skeleton. The skeletal.
Skeletal, yes. Skeleton, yes.
Skeleton. Watching too much Bridgerton. The tan.
I don't watch that.
Oh.
For me, I find that interesting. Of course. It's my life, what I do. But I'm like, do people want to listen to this?
Yes, people do, Ben.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
People do.
But that's the struggle. It's like, do you want to listen to this or do you want to listen to me talk about my woes? Because the woes might be, you can relate to them.
I don't want to listen to your woes.
It's just trying to get a little bit of both in.
Yeah, well, I don't want to listen to your woes. So
but the woes, people could relate to the woes. But then as long as you're giving them some good information, but I look at this information and think, do they want to know about drops heads?
I think that was very good information today, Ben.
Well, that's interesting.
Well done.
Well, maybe in the future, if we just actually share notes once in a while, you could go, do you know what? That sounds
I think we've said that about 3 episodes now. 3 episodes ago, and we still haven't done it. So,
sorry, I say share notes.
Oh, I'm not reading all them.
No. Well, you haven't got any notes to share, have you? Okay. So I'll be just going, look at my notes. Share notes. No, sorry. Ben will share his notes to Fiona. Ridiculous.
So Fiona has a fucking clue what's going on.
Okay, right. So that's finishing off. I've got no notes for what we're about to talk about. God, I've seen this film 3 times.
God.
3 times. Holy
Why do you keep saying
God.
it the way I say?
That's how you say it, isn't it?
No.
3 times.
So what film did we do this week, Ben, and why?
Hell. No idea, you tell me. You got a recipe this week? You got a true crime?
Yep. Pain and Gain, 2013, 6.4 on the IMDb. BD.
Surprisingly high.
It actually is, isn't it?
Oh, it's okay. It's junk. It's
so
filth. It's junk. We did
this movie because you probably heard the expression "no pain, no gain," which is always associated with fitness.
They take the no
out. Pain and gain. You get a bit of pain, you gain
Michael
some.
Bay, he's a visionary.
Oh, he is a visionary. So Daniel, along with friends Adrian and Doyle, kidnap a wealthy businessman with intention of extortion money. However, the plan soon backfires due to the trio's foolishness. I wouldn't say foolishness. They're just complete and idiotic morons. Bless them. Based on a true story, loosely based on a true story. Mark Wahlberg as Daniel. Dwayne Johnson.
Mark Wahlberg. It's Wahlberg, Fiona. We had this issue on the Film Hours back in the day. It's Wahlberg.
Dwayne Johnson, The Rock as Paul Doyle, and Anthony Mackays as Adrian. And then we have Ed Harris as Ed DuBois, which was the detective.
Harris. Yeah, good actor.
Yep. Directed by, as Benjamin said, Michael Bay. He also directed The Rock, and he produced Armageddon. Is that correct?
Did he not direct Armageddon?
No, he was the producer of Armageddon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he directed it.
Well, they didn't say that on the IMDb.
What do you mean? How could he not have said that on the IMDb?
It said producer.
I'm pretty sure Michael Bay directed it as well.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, The Rock. What else did he do? He did Bad Boys, the original Bad Boys.
Yeah.
The Island's okay. It's all right. Not bad. What else has he done?
Who?
Oh, he's done the Transformers, which are...
Oh, yes,
yeah,
Transformers.
If you like Transformers, I guess.
I don't like the Transformers.
Yeah, like Michael Bay, he's gross.
Right, so tell me
he's not the best.
What did you think of the film, Ben? It is watchable because it's literally, it's about human error and a fucking lot of it as well. Like, they have this great idea that they're going to, impose it. Like, Mark was there in the car like, oh, it's a great plan. It's foolproof. Nothing's going to go wrong. But 101 things went wrong. And it's just, and then The Rock then, obviously, he was a drug addict and, him starting to take coke again. It was just chaos, absolute chaos. That's the only way to describe this film and the events that took place leading up to it is chaos. And apparently the first guy that they're known as the Sun Gym Gang. So it's based on a true story which happened in Los Angeles in 1997, I think it was.
Was it not set in Miami?
Yeah, Miami, that's what I meant. So it was actually based loosely on a true story.
Right.
And the guy, he was a notarer and he was a lot more involved than people let on in this movie. So yeah, it was just, they made 7 failed attempts at kidnapping their first victim.
That's true,
That's true. Yeah. 7 failed attempts.
Right. Well, I was about to say maybe they weren't as incompetent as the film makes out, but by the sounds of it, no, that's not the case.
I think they were very, very incompetent in doing so. Like, a lot of things went wrong. Like, obviously the grill in his hands. So they murdered 2 people towards the end of the movie, and they grilled their hands and the fingers. They put it on a barbecue. They didn't do that.
Oh no, apparently they did.
No, apparently
they did. Apparently they did something. I don't know if it was exactly that, but yeah, apparently there was some form of grilling going on.
Oh gosh, okay.
Well, it even said in the film.
It said on the IMDb.
No, but it even said in the film. It said this is still true.
Oh right. Oh, well, IMDb said it was fictionalized. That's IMDb. That's where I get my trivia from.
Jesus Christ!
That's where I get.
In the comments, clarify.
Yeah.
Holy hell!
So it starts off with Mark doing his press ups or sit ups or whatever the hell he's doing on that.
I guess off to a good start.
I'm hot. I'm big. All I was thinking about you looking at yourself in the mirror when you're doing some shit.
I do get mistaken for The Rock sometimes.
Okay. He bulked up a lot for this movie as well.
Who?
Mark and The Rock.
Well, The Rock's... Did he? The Rock's The Rock.
He gained more for this movie.
Well, he pumped up even more on the old...
and the old roids. Oh, I think this is a good film, Ben, to say about your... You mentioned it before, but remember the steroid incidents that you had in some of the Vietnamese gyms or wherever it was?
We've spoken about that, haven't we?
Malaysian,
on previous episodes,
yeah, but there was a scene where people are pumping their roids, injecting it into the ass, and Ben had a great opportunity.
Yeah, I watched that in the flesh. Yeah, I saw some Indonesian man with his mates in the dirty locker room, sticking that needle in his ass, staring at me,
making eye contact.
Yeah, whilst I was lifting some rusty weights.
Getting a bit of tetanus from that.
Yeah, holy hell. Yeah, we've come a long way.
Well, we're not in Indonesia anymore.
It's just, we need to start enjoying this a lot more. This needs to be enjoyed for you because look at where we started. Started from the bottom. Now we're in the Push Wealth Studios.
Yeah. So the movie had a couple of nice little one-liners from The Rock, I have to say.
Did you like the muscles?
Not really.
Like maybe some more stuff on the gym. I suppose I don't know what else you talk about the gym. I don't know. Could they have utilised the gym stuff a bit more?
Well, no, because it's literally I touched upon this in one of the previous episodes, like, you know, how intimidating a gym can be at times. And like it just goes to, like, obviously this is back 20 years ago or whatever it is. And it was just like all of these guys, really big, beefy guys, like working out in the gym, and like the grunting and the moaning and all of that you hear. And remember the scene where he walks in and it's just like all these really big guys, like, and
oh yes, yeah, he's high-fiving
and it's just like
pointing, and yeah,
you know, that's what I envision when I go into a gym, even though it's not like that at all.
Not in the private push,
no, not in the private push,
yeah.
no, not here. But in other gyms, you just like you think that's it. But it's actually not like that.
Well, certain gyms, it depends where you're going.
Well,
if you're going into a pure gym or Snap Fitness or one of these like mainstream gyms, yeah, you have some bodybuilding type people in there, of course, but realistically, not as much as you probably think. But yeah, of course, it's tough. It is difficult.
What did he say? That he's going to be a squatter for life? He doesn't want to be squatter for life? Or I squat people for a living. That's what he said. Mark Wahlberg.
No, spot
people. That's it.
Yes. No, that does resonate. Yeah, you got to be careful. And this all links in with all this stuff as well. All the training, all the techniques and stuff. It's getting the balance. I think for me to fully enjoy the experience overall, and to make sure that you're coaching and you're talking about stuff that's going to be interesting and that stimulates me and gets me in the mood and wants me to do more research. It's getting the balance. It's for this podcast as well. If you just got 20, 30 people that couldn't give a shit about any of this, yeah, okay. And if you can talk to them and you can coach them in different ways, great. But you do want a certain amount of people to take interest in it. You want them to take interest in their diet and nutrition and ask questions. That's why we do this. I mean, ask me questions. You read all this stuff. You look at all these studies. You look at all these training techniques, all this stuff, but you don't really get a lot of time or a chance to talk about them.
Oh yeah.
Because, and it's not the client's fault. They're just coming in. They want to lose a bit of body fat. They want to get into a routine. They don't need all this stuff, so you're not going to talk about it. So very few might actually start having to explore these different forms of training, all these different techniques. And normally a lot of these techniques are for people that are more advanced anyway. So you need to give them X amount of time and need to get a little bit of experience before you start throwing supersets at them. Supersets, we've touched upon that. Maybe not. Supersets are reasonably straightforward. So you can, in terms of cutting down the time in the gym, quite useful for most people. But the other stuff that's a little bit more advanced, in the grand scheme of things, you never have to really use them, realistically, unless you just want to use them more to freshen up their training and make it a little bit different, as opposed to, all right, you've reached this point now, Sharon, you're an advanced trainer, advanced trainee. We need to get those cluster sets in to really stimulate the muscle. That's why a lot of people will always benefit and will always enjoy going to places like F45 and Orange Theory, all these like circuit based, and this whole like muscle confusion. Got to confuse the muscle. Have you heard that phrase?
No.
Got to confuse the muscle.
Why would you do that?
It's odd. I don't think muscles have neurons. I don't think they're thinking. There's no brain going on in the muscles. So how can you confuse them? I don't know. You tell me.
I'm baffled by that. I've never heard.
Oh, yeah, it's confusing the muscle. I think maybe people have moved on that, but bodybuilders used to want to change up their routine. You got to keep yourself on your toes. Confuse the muscle. Don't know. But look, again, find something you can stomach. Bodybuilding, I find it quite fascinating.
What, bodybuilding?
Maybe in the future I'd like to maybe do an episode on steroids. I don't know a great deal about steroids and bodybuilding and everything that goes into it. I know the training techniques and what they do, but on the steroids front, I think in some ways they do get a bit of a harsh rap sometimes because people just automatically assume that these bodybuilders, these big guys and women, that they're not putting the work in. They're just injecting themselves full of all this crap, which most of them are. Especially, it depends how far you want to get up the ladder, and all these big blokes walking around and women. Yeah, a lot of them are probably on some form of steroid. But they're still putting a shift in. Like it's their life. You can mock that if you want, but it still takes a lot of hard work that goes into it. It's not just, you just start injecting yourself full of all this crap and you just become humongous. You still got to eat the food. You still got to train 6 days a week. Still got to do your fasted cardio if that's what you want to do. Why's my phone like this?
Good day.
Bodybuilders.
Thumbs up to them.
So yeah, like I'm never going to probably start dipping the toes into the realms of steroids and all that, but it's a lot. Well, just
I have no idea about any of it.
You've seen me for a number of years with my routine and exercise and my diet and stuff. It's
yeah, very regiment. Is that the word?
Well, yeah, to a point, but I enable myself to eat what I want by working hard in the gym and everything else outside of it.
Yes.
So I'm not sitting here on a constant diet.
No, I hate when you go on diets.
No, I very much doubt I'll be dieting anymore, really.
Oh, God.
I think we're,
You're getting a little bit annoying to sleep on, so.
Oh, because I'm getting muscles like The Rock.
No, just hurts my neck.
Maybe
he put on.
Maybe he was topping something up, but I think he looked
80 kilos or 60 kilos. Pounds in 8 weeks. That's the only reason why I got the role.
Okay,
he wanted to be 200 pounds, but he was 214.
Okay, that's a shame. That's a shame. Okay, so he must have been on. Yeah. He must have. Okay, that's a shame.
There you go.
But he's always been. He's always been in shape,
Is he?
Mark Wahlberg. Like he's in good nick. He's always looked after himself. So it's not like the shape he was in. He wasn't like ripped. He wasn't ripped to the bone.
No.
So that tells me that there wasn't a lot of assistance going on. I don't think. I'm sure there was a little bit, but like compared to the old Dwayne The Rock over there, a little bit more assistance. Again, he's got ridiculous genetics, The Rock. So maybe it's not as much as you think it is. Maybe he's not. There's enough going on, but it's probably not loads. Maybe now as he's got. This is 10 years ago.
No.
So he pretty much looks the same now, give or take. So The Rock is piling on muscle mass into his 40s.
Doesn't work like that, though. You said
not particular. No, not natural anyway.
Can I just get a word in?
Yeah,
it was really funny when you were talking about when I was going to say this to you and watching the film. It was so funny because Mark looked massive against Adrian, so Daniel looked massive against Anthony. But then when the three of them were walking together, just The Rock just looked so huge and everyone just looked so tiny compared to him. Like the Anthony guy, he actually looked quite scrawny beside The Rock in comparison. But he looked actually fine when he was beside Mark. But Mark just looked huge. And then Mark looked tiny against The Rock. It was just like the three of them when they were walking together. It was just like they had The Rock, him, and they all went down with the height and their body sizes as well. Thought that was quite comical the way they did that.
Big bloke, yeah, big bloke. Big bloke, The Rock. This whole thing about him holding this skateboard like it's his big man child. It's like, okay, we get it. You know, he's innocent, The Rock. He doesn't really know what he's doing. He just needs help. He needs to seek God.
The Rock on coke is not pretty.
I don't know about The Rock. I go around in circles with The Rock. It's like he's...
Is he the one that's in The Tooth Fairy?
Well, I guess he's come a long way considering where he started in Hollywood. Yeah, yeah. He lost all the weight. I think initially because he wasn't getting the role. He was getting the Tooth Fairy roles and that other awful role when he plays like an American footballer or something. And he has like a long lost daughter that he has to start looking after. I don't know. And then I think he started getting the roles. Then obviously he pile back up the mass. But yeah, he's got. Like I said, he's got. I don't have a lot to say about the film.
It's just chaotic there. You just don't believe what's actually going on.
What's going on with my thumbs?
You just don't believe what's going on when you're just like, how can it be so? It's actually quite frustrating to watch because you're just like, what the fuck are you doing? And they're really like, for people who've never actually harmed anybody, they're quite, what's the word? They impose quite a lot of torture, that poor man. He was tortured for like weeks upon weeks.
Well,
and just drive over his head as though it was nothing.
They were sick and tired of. I don't know what was that. What were they talking about? Sick and tired of these people coming in. These immigrants, the American dream, becoming rich, and as Mark said, he was just sick and tired of spotting people.
So Daniel Lugo and Adrian, they both got sentenced to life in prison and were put on death row. But they're still alive today.
Put on what, sorry?
Death row.
Death row?
Yeah.
Death row?
Death row, yeah. And Paul's character, so Dwayne's The Rock Dancing character, his actually...
What'd you say?
Dwayne The Rock.
Right, let's finish up.
His character was based on 3 or 4 different characters, so...
Oh, that's right,
his thing wasn't really... But he only got, 15 years? He's released now, the character he's meant to play. He's been released. Paul.
Interesting though, isn't it?
Which is weird because
he was still part of all that. He still witnessed all of it.
And secondly, he was in prison prior to that. So that was a bit weird. Well, you don't know what that's based on though because it's all mixed up. I'm not sure about the person, the Sun Group man. Do
you mind?
I think he got life as well. Actually,
no, he died, didn't he, in prison?
Oh, did he? That was it.
Well, the notary.
Yeah,
he died in prison. I think he was a lot older than that bloke, wasn't he?
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, this has got exceedingly long Fiona. Yeah, I don't know. On another day maybe we'll get into the film a bit more, but there's not
much you can say about it.
There's so many other better films you could watch. But hello, if you're listening to this and Push Will Health, okay. If you're listening to this, Push Will Health, you want a bit of fun, pain and gain. It's pretty terrible, but it's Michael Bay. People just get their nose up with Michael Bay because he's gross. He's pretty unflattering when it comes to portraying women, and there was with the woman at the end, how they were shoving her in the oil tank. What was it called?
Oh, the container, yeah.
Yeah, with the boob. It's a bit gross, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Michael Bay. It's the kind of film that you have to go, okay, Michael, like, have at it. You got free reign on this because this film's fucking gross.
The Seven Seas Motel that your mum was staying at, Victor, that's actually one of the crime scenes in Dexter. Just to let you know.
Oh, that was based in Miami, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how was the new one? Terrible, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. It's actually very disappointing.
Oh, I see.
Extremely disappointing. So, yeah, that's it.
Right.
Over. The dream's over. I'd love to watch. I started watching it again, didn't I? But then I kind of just, after 20 minutes, I was just, I can't be arsed. But I'd love to watch them again. But I just, no.
Right, okay, finishing off. Let's finish off.
Finish off.
Look, hopefully there was some half-decent stuff in there. I look forward to editing yet again an almost 2-hour episode. Wonderful.
Has it been 2 hours?
I need to train as well. I need to do muscles. I need to push my health. I haven't pushed my health today. Too busy. That's the other thing as well.
Pushing other people's health.
Yeah. Ironically, your training can suffer. So if you ever decide to dip the toes and enter the realm of personal training, well, good luck because I'm in it. So you got to compete against this. But your training may suffer. If you're pushing as many people's health, it's pushing as much health as I am on the balls of life, it's like your own training starts to suffer. So just make sure that you push your health first. Because if you're not pushing your health from the pools of life, how can you push everyone else's?
Exactly. I do have a bit of more information on the noter if you did want it. I know I screenshot something about him.
Is it remotely interesting?
It's just about what he did.
In real life?
No. In the Sun Gym Gang.
In real life?
Yes.
Compared to the film?
Yes, so in real life, Jem Messi, he was in his 50s and more involved. Although he was never physically involved, he was aware of what was happening. So he notarized the documents, he was an accountant, and he was responsible for helping the Sun Gym Gang open to fake businesses and accounts to launder all their money. During trial, he was offered a plea bargain of 9 years. He turned this down and was found guilty, and he was sentenced to 56 years in prison.
What chump?
Yep.
Okay, where are we?
Oh.
Why are you singing?
I don't sing then.
Right around.
Oh, it's still working on it?
Pushing your health.
God.
You
need to work on that.
This is random. This
Okay.
is random. I'm just going to go by my daily review. So this app that I use, I collect all my quotes and all my Kindle highlights and
God.
everything, lots of stuff. It's very, very good. Read wise, very good, very good. I have a daily review that you can just, it goes back and takes random quotes and go, oh God, I've read that 2 years ago. Thank you for reminding me. So I'm just going to use that. See what comes up.
Work for it. Go for it.
George Mack, quite an interesting guy. We put a man on the moon before wheels on luggage.
That's very true.
Everyone accepted suitcases without wheels as the best practice because everyone else did. The greatest minds of their generation carried suitcases until the 70s.
That is so good. That's such food for thought, though, isn't it? That's such food for thought. Fuck me.
Let me just save that. Nice. There you go. Yeah. Good. Good. What's the next one?
Imagine if you had to carry your luggage again.
Scientology. Oh, no, I'm not doing that.
Imagine if you had to carry your luggage again.
Yes.
Do you know that I've got one of those bags that, my cream bag that I use, I put it on top of my suitcase. And if I just travel with that, it's hard. It's very hard to carry that. I think that's a good one to start and finish on.
Oh, no, okay, here we go. No, this is okay.
Okay.
This is okay.
Okay, take it back.
Does the world love you for who you are or for what you do? We want the world to love us for who we are. Meanwhile, we love ourselves for what we do. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, first one was better.
Maybe. The sunk cost fallacy's come up. I'm pretty sure we spoke
about that, yeah.
Okay, we spoke
Well, remind me again, because I can't remember it.
It's depending on how much effort and time and money and stuff and resources you put into something. It's hard to give up because you've put all that time and effort in.
Push pull out.
Push podcast. It's a lot of effort. It takes time.
Yes.
So you don't want, if someone says, do you know what, Ben, it's not working out. No one's listening. Maybe just give it up. Oh, but I've got the roadcaster. I've spent all this money and the time and this effort. Move away. Step away. Move on. Sunk cost fallacy. I'm like, no, I can't. No, another 6 months. No. I've put so much time and effort into this and money. Oh, I can't do it. Yeah?
Yes.
Good. Pretty good. Oh, okay. Well, I suppose that'll do then, will it?
Yep. So this week, Ben, I'm going to ask you for a recipe. I would like you to tell the world about your sweet potato chippies that you make.
Oh,
because they are bloody good.
Okay. I was just trying to find another quote.
Okay.
The idea of just having one is just not enough.
You've had two.
That was two. Okay.
Yeah, and you've just done the sunken thingy fallacy.
Never be so busy comparing what you have that you forget how fortunate you are to have it.
That's a good one. Okay, we're ending on that one.
Good.
That's a good one. So your sweet potato chippies, will you give us the recipe for that?
Oh, God knows. Who knows? Sweet potato, cut them up. You get all the spices from the cupboard.
That's it.
Fajita mix.
That's your ingredient, isn't it?
What else?
Chili.
Turmeric, chili, chili flakes.
You put chili powder.
Maybe some peri peri if there's some of that.
Maybe that's just...
like I said, the feeder mix. Salt and pepper. What's the thumb today?
Don't know.
I don't know why it's giving you a thumbs.
Thumbs down.
Yeah, so cut it up, put it in a bowl, stir it up a little bit.
Yeah. And then he doesn't do anything else because I do the cooking of it. But they do taste very nice.
But they wouldn't taste as good if it wasn't for me.
No, whenever I do try to make them, actually, it must be the peri-peri because I don't put the peri-peri on it.
Oh, there's other stuff, Fiona.
Okay. You're not going to let me know your secrets.
When people have secret recipes, they don't actually give out the whole recipe, do they?
Okay,
That's the point of them.
Well, isn't this nice for a change?
No,
that's not my job. Oh, I got you some cinnamon bagels today, by the way.
Yeah, but don't try and be coy with it. You've done that because you haven't got a recipe.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm going to make my meatballs now, so I can do meatballs.
True crime?
Yep, I've got one. I actually do have one.
Okay.
I just have to find it because
quickly.
I forgot.
Come on. We need to have a thing for the true crime.
Or you could just have him just in the background. Welcome to today's podcast.
We haven't got... Oh, that's not true crime, is it? Jesus.
Stop it. I do need to listen to... which one was it now that I wanted to tell you about?
We're pushing time here, Fiona.
The Zodiac Killer was very good.
Zodiac, yes.
Yeah, that was very good. So it's split into 4 cases. So it's case 200, but it's split into 4 different parts.
Right.
Very, very good. Jordan... No, I'm not allowed to do that, am I? The Zodiac Killer.
You can give a brief description if you want it.
This is the description, but you said it ruins it.
Sometimes I feel like it has, yes.
Okay. So during the 1960s, California saw a wave of senseless, unsolved slayings. Cab driver Ray Davis was murdered in cold blood after an anonymous killer warned of his intentions. 2 young couples, Robert D'Amicos and Linda Edwards, and Johnny and Joyce Swindle, were gunned down in separate yet similar attacks.
Okay.
And you just listen to the podcast to find out more. Hold on.
That's case files, is it?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Can you hear it?
Case files.
I love it.
There you go. Excellent.
I love it.
Okay. The app, Push Up from the Pause of Life. You've got to get on that. We're updating it. We're doing more videos. Just so much resources on it. There's just so much on it.
There's a lot.
So much on it. Check it out. Have a look. Just have a look. That was a long episode. That was meant to be quite a short one.
Okay. Goodbye.
Cheers. Thanks.